Hello, this is The Way of Fairness. My name is Stephen Childs. I want to talk about unfairness, as usual, corporate fascism, or something similar to that, corporate unfairness. The most recent laws, if they weren't bad enough already because of unfair religions in the foundation of the writing of the laws long ago, that started off with the divine right of kings. The king could do anything. Um, so we've had unfairness to put up with from other people forever. That's part of the human culture. So all of us have tried to get away with doing someone wrong and tried to get away with it. We've done something unfair and we haven't want to get in trouble for it. So the problem is within us. It manifests, the collective us is the problem out there as unfairness. The inside unfairness in the collective whole is the big unfairness that we're fighting. And we don't tend to see it in ourselves, but that's where it's at. And then you add it all together and it's a big monster of an unfair monster. So I say things every day to keep me thinking right. I'm here to help, not to harm. And I say the Ho'oponopono prayer from Hawaii. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. If I'm thinking wrong, I'm putting other people down so that I feel better than. I don't want to be that way. I can be that way. It's hard to. It's like a habit from the past. So I have to correct myself first before I can talk about fixing the world. Jordan Peterson, I agree with him on most things, but he doesn't like ideology, and fairness is ideology, and it's superior to theocracy. The morality coming from an all-powerful God that we don't even have proof that it even exists. So what is it? It's a group of people that have unfair rules, because that's where it came from. Authoritarianism. And the big pharma, the corporate pharmacies, pharmaceutical creators, the creators of new drugs, and the corporate hospitals, corporate medicine, corporate healing, as opposed to like personal healers. Or remedies that we have ourselves that they don't cost much, herbs and so forth. So I want to talk about the psilocybin mushroom. If you know how, you can produce them very inexpensively. It doesn't take very much money at all. And for a microdose level, you don't need very much at all. So you don't have to grow very many mushrooms to have plenty of microdose psilocybin. And it's a more effective treatment for depression. And for the problem I have had a pituitary tumor removed. And I'm also bipolar. So when I was drawn to it from a spirit guide. And I feel like I feel like I'm my real self again with the microdose. And I'm experimenting on reducing the dose even further, but it has a short half-life. So I either need time release or very low dose capsules that I take every 4 hours or something. So that the dose, I never get to the level in my blood that causes me to feel anything at all, hardly. So I'm taking like 50 milligrams, and I don't feel it. But I'm hoping that it will eliminate the depression and my lack of energy, because I'm having trouble keeping an even keel. I'm too much up and too down because of my pituitary problem. I have a couple days where I'm really weak, out of energy, and then I have energy for a couple days. So I'm trying to find some solution to that. Exercise, diet, meditation, and this miraculous, inexpensive, non-corporate mushroom. The pharmaceutical companies, they don't make any money from this. They don't want that stuff around. They want it to be illegal because they can't make corporate profits with it. And if the if the government puts high taxes on it, then we're back into this situation where the haves are harming the have-nots. That's the problem. So going back to this phenomena where we try to get away with doing other people wrong as humans. When you do someone else wrong, and the truth is that you did someone wrong, then the truth is your enemy. So you don't want the truth to be told. You want people to believe falsehood, and then you will get away with what you did. And that also applies on a thought level. Like when you're thinking unfairly about other people, you'll start making up lies about the other people, like with racism. So then you're believing falsehood about these other people so that you can continue to get away with doing someone wrong. We have in our politics now a movement against socialism, against globalism. It's using the religion, like Donald Trump is selling Bibles. And he's talking about honesty. So Donald Trump is based on using falsehood to fight against what he sees as the problem of socialized government or something like that. There's unfairness in the Democratic Party. There's unfairness in government. There's unfairness in religion. There's unfairness in republicanism. There's unfairness in Trumpism. So the problem is that. The problem is unfairness. The problem is that humans do other people's wrong. And they justify taking land from another people because of, well, like with the white people in America, they called it manifest destiny. Like the Christian religion was supposed to be in control of the whole planet. Every knee would bow to Jesus. So they justify they need to take over, and they put all the indigenous Americans on reservations. And it's like a huge genocide that happened. 50 million indigenous Americans were killed by the white Christians, or whatever they were. That's not fair. So people can be against unfairness, and they can argue that they have the right to do what they want, and they don't care about being fair to people. And potentially, the entire human race would be ruled by that mentality, that ideology of unfairness. And where will that lead us? It'll lead us toward a destruction like Mad Max or something, where everything collapses because we're not cooperating, we're fighting each other, the wars continue, there's a collapse of the economy. Look what COVID-19 did. One little flu bug that had a high possibility of killing people, and it did kill quite a few people. But you can see my point that it doesn't take much to put our world system of self-governing. We govern ourselves through governments. We're here on this little planet around a little star in a huge universe. And some people think that God is here with us and has control of everything. I'm an atheist. I'm a spiritual atheist. So I think superdeterminism has control of us. So we really don't have free choice because the choices we're going to make have already been determined. So it's a really strange paradox. So if you want to have a world where we're all fighting each other over food and fuel and shelter, and we're killing each other while you're complaining against anarchy, lawlessness, that's anarchy. And that's where we're headed toward through civil war in the USA, resulting in a total disregard for law. And that's basically where Donald Trump is right now, because the law is not fair, so he doesn't respect the law. And his followers don't respect the law because they're taking taxes from them unfairly. And that's how they see it. So unfairness is the problem. It's the problem with all of this. One person being unfair to another, or one group being unfair to another, or one religion being unfair to another. I grew up in the LDS religion, and I don't believe it anymore. I'm a faith-based atheist, spiritual atheist, because I have personal, subjective experiences of something out there that cares about me that I think has control of the world, and it's superdeterminism. That doesn't require anything with a mind. It's the structure of the reality we're in. So how is it that we have to make choices to correct ourselves when we're in a superdeterministic reality, if this is true? Well, the superdeterminism that we make the correct choice to get us to a better future. And that's what's determined. Determinism is part of religion, too. So the religions were made 5, 10,000, 20,000 years ago, before we had written words, the foundation of the religions. And now we have changed in the last 50 years more than the rest of the time put together, something like that. So we have the James Webb Telescope, and we have the atom smashers, the CERN atom smasher, and the super collider to figure out the structure of material reality itself. And so to me, science being discovered as a revelation, just like revelation of truth is talked about in the scripture revelations in the Bible. And the revelations about the coming apocalypse and people saying that true is false and false is true. Well, think about this. It's the religions that are saying false is true. How strange. Because we didn't know that. But it just developed into being that. And because of our authoritarianism, based on loyalty to the ruler rather than loyalty to the truth, whatever it is. That's the Christ, the real truth. It's not a person. Just imagine it the way I'm describing for a minute. So the religions are now the Antichrist. They're against the truth, and the truth is the way, the real truth. And science is contributing to human understanding of truth more rapidly than ever before. It's amazing. I made a short post on the blog website, thewayoffairness.com, authoritarianism versus democracy, and I explain really briefly what it is from a definition from Britannica, and then I just make a real short paragraph comment that there's unfairness in both systems. And that's what I wanted to talk more about, that idea, in this video. And to be honest with you, it's miraculous that I'm even up Provo Canyon. I had to get away from this noise down there, the noise in the house, so I could make the video. And I don't have any energy today. So I took, what was it, like 300 grams of caffeine a few hours ago. And I'm used to taking a high dose of caffeine like that because I have no energy. The doctors tried me with diet medication for energy, but because of my pituitary problem, my thirst mechanism is faulty. My mouth will go completely dry out of the blue, and I can't take that because my tongue cracked. My mouth went so dry from diet pills, and I'm telling the doctor, well, I'm suicidal. Let's try something. So I tried Wellbutrin, and that worked. I was on it for a month, and I'm out of money because I'm a scapegoat from my family role. I'm a truth teller, and I'm telling the truth that the religions are against the truth, and they need to change. So read the World Fairness Agreement. That's what it's about. And we don't need complex writing. We need simple ideas, simple ideology, of fairness ideology. And Jordan Peterson, this is where I disagree with him. He thinks we need the all-powerful God concept that we all surrender to, but it's not there. It's just the authoritarian people. And so he's had to surrender to the devil. To me, that's the devil that he surrendered to. And it wants to rule the world through authoritarianism or through democracy that's controlled by the devil. It's the same result. So I am not capable, because of my health problem, to put this in text. It would take too much energy for me to document this in writing. I'm not even going to try. What you get on the blog post, that's all you're going to get. Half a page about authoritarianism versus democracy. And both can be unfair. The authority is required for humans. I agree with Jordan Peterson. But he says it cannot be ideology. I disagree. The ideology is fairness ideology. And that is superior to God morality. Because fairness morality is based on what humans actually are. So was there a mind that created us or not? Does it make any difference? We're here and we're almost causing our own extinction because of unfairness to each other. So if there is a silent, all-powerful God out there, it would agree that as humans we need to do the footwork. God helps those who help themselves. God's not going to defeat evil for us. He wants us to learn how to do it ourselves, don't you think? he does not want to have his creation dependent on him. A God that really loves us would want us to be able to progress to solve our problems ourselves, and then God would be proud of us. So the problem of corporate rule, corporate fascism, or corporate law, corporate government, is that it's not designed to help people. It's designed to create profits. It's capitalism. Now, we have a problem with coal, burning coal, and our climate is being destroyed, which is going to cause a total destruction of the ecosystems. Not total, but the damages could be so severe that we have horrible famines, and which result in a collapse of the economy. So if we're all fighting each other, Trump's people are thinking, well, Trump is going to rule the world and he'll save us, and he'll use the authoritarian style rule to keep everybody safe. So he's like their messiah. So he thinks that we can keep burning coal and not have any problem. That's a total denial of factual truth. They don't care about factual truth. Authoritarianism doesn't care about factual truth. It cares about keeping everybody under the thumb of the authority. Well, the authority is fairness. It's not a person. It's not me. It's not you. It's fairness. The ideology of fairness is the authority of all. That's what we need. And how can you go wrong if that's what we're not allowing ourselves to be unfair to someone else? We simply won't allow it. And we won't allow someone else to be unfair to us. So we're all rallied together to stop unfairness, because we can realize that's the problem. One human being unfair to another. Okay, so they shut down the coal mine because they don't want to destroy the planet. Exaggerate this. There's some mining something that's destroying us, and we're going to have to close it down, and we all agree to close it down. Well, let's all agree to build a widget factory there, so they just come out of the mine and start working in the widget factory. That's what we need to do. Fairness allows for that. Common sense. Have a great day.